So, hello friends. Now we are going to see the very interesting topic. Here is the reading file. I want to shift it here. Okay, and this part was here. Okay. Here we are going to see the part three now. Index, Docker file, type access. We want to install the Docker container tool. Okay, for the Docker language. Is that required? Huh? It is not actually that. Okay, it is good. We don't know what actually that is. Okay. Hmm. Now, what we are building, okay, in this part 3, Dockerization, Dockerize a static HTML CSS website with Nginx. What we are building, okay, in this part, we will take a simple HTML website and run it inside a Docker container using Nginx, okay. So, Nginx we know very well, we are pronounced it as Nginx. It goes to receive request from browser and send back website like HTML CSS. The flow I think we are already know that when Nginx take it, it goes to the unicorn, G-unicorn actually, and then G-unicorn interacts with it. I think the same thing that in the previous videos we already see that one. At the end of this part, you will have a personal portfolio style page running inside a Docker container. So what is the meaning? Okay. So this is our folder structure. We already have index style and Docker, and we have also the readme template which we are actually this file which we are now reading. So this that is it. This for us simple understanding the Docker code. Open the Docker code. Let us go through every line. Here we are going through every line. So what here is suppose open from Nginx ALP line. Okay, Alpine maybe. From Nginx Alpine. From is always the second instruction in a Docker file. It tells the Docker start with this existing image as a base. Okay, means that file is actually the existing image, and this is the base file I think. Like app.py is always there in our case in project. Same thing here in Docker it is al alpha maybe Nginx alpha. Okay, alpha is one type of Linux which is very small in size of 5 MB. Okay, what is this? Pre-made image that someone else has built and share on Docker. Okay. And someone is already making and we are editing that like the canvas. The background is already there, we are just making the front end of that. Now copy index project payment. The fourth part. This file says Docker to build our image. Okay. Choose the base image. We start from the official Nginx image and plain version. Nginx is the web server that can serve. Okay. With a tiny Linux, so the image trace small from Nginx. Copy our website files into the image. Copy text file from our computer left side is the default. Okay. And is the default folder where Nginx looks for website files to serve. So we have copied the index.html and the style.css in our Docker file. there are only 2 years, so we are taking that one. And also export 80. We already see that in the last video. And in um, chip sheet that these things are very important to be in the Docker file. Base image, directory copy files that one is in, and requirement.html and export 500 and run this. Okay. So this is export 80. This okay. Export 80 means the Docker default code. We are running any code on our local machine, but when we are running that, it will inside the Docker it is always on 84. We can do any code, 800 or something. No need to write it. Okay. Email. Okay. Make this text label copy this copy to export. Okay. Now we are going to step by step from here. Local catches this layer if you click only the attribute. Okay, means suppose we are already copied and suppose we are just changing one file and again we are trying to rebuild. Then it will not going to rebuild all of it. Just it will build the inventory. So now we are going to start. Now we are here control Z. We have to do what I can do. We are in the document. They is document. Okay, now we are going to cut Docker file view. And after that, part 3, CLS, PWT. Here we are now in the part 3. Okay, this is CLS. Now I am going to the ChatGPT and ask it for is there any requirement for creating VENV, means virtual environment. What there? Okay. I don't know. I think ask me to log in again. I'm taking here. Okay. So this is the robot file. Okay, now it's yeah, Docker file index menu and style. Now we are building our Docker image. Docker. This is very important part. Docker build MySQL MySQL. For now we are doing this one. And actually we are creating the image now. So we are giving here image like on my website. We are now creating our image. No part of the build. Okay, means with this the help of this dot, what they are doing is Docker Docker is available. डॉकर फाईल बघतोय आपण प्रमाणे ओके आणि म्हणजे आपण लॉग दिल्यानंतर जो करंट आपले पहिले त्याच्यात तो बघत असतो असं त्यांचं म्हणणं आहे ओके चालेल now intentionally I am not copy paste all the things because of practice I am typing all the things by my own and making my 8080 slash 80 slash name name is of my side. This is a container name, so we don't have to think much on this. And now our image name, wait for a slash, my website. Is there required any not? No. Here, no error. In the image, we need that. No, yeah. Okay, then what here Docker and create and start the new container. Detach mode run in the background. Minus two is port mapping. Here 18 is our mm, in the Docker file. This one, this 81 and this 8080 is we can run that in our local system. And this I am giving name to my container and this is my container name. Sorry, my image name. Yeah, this is my container name, my site. Now open your browser. Now we are opening our software. Type there this one. Okay, now I'm checking Docker CLI and Docker here, and it is showing me everything. So we already put these commands in the last video. We are also checking our log. What's the file? My side. Okay. Now we can actually now we are doing the container name now, so we can use that container name for now. No need to again and again use another name on this thing. Now we can stop the container through Docker stop my site, and my site is not from. Again, if I want to run, I can run to this Docker run my site. Now if I want to remove, then I can remove this with this command Docker rn my site. Okay, or do both in one command. Okay, so I'm not stop and directly want to remove the Docker, so I can use this command for that. So now modify and rebuild. So here, return to the header text from Docker. Here, now they have asked us to use this file here. One here, Docker notebook. Now on. Okay, let me first check how this site looks. Docker notebook. Now okay, and now build my build my site. Now, okay, now Docker admin minus f copy my site. Now we are giving name to our container. My this is image name. Okay. And again, I'm making the same thing. Minus name with site to the but it will now override it says that the same port number. Yeah, port is already there. So we are doing some different. it. Whatever. Sorry, I don't say no. No, no. No, here I am accepting content. Actually. My site, okay. In that time, that name was created. I just need to change the code of that. Okay. Okay. Container. My site 22. My site. Now we okay, just let me get my account.
Okay. Sorry for long break actually. I know you don't know how much I am taking, but let me tell you, I am taking about 2 to 2.5 hours break, and then I am coming back. Okay, let it be. So now, actually, I don't remember where I had stopped. Docker on -d. Okay, my site Durgesh. This is I know. From this I am understand that something. This is my running command. This is my port which on which I can run my application on my local machine, and this is the port where my Docker will run, and this is my name for uh, my image, and this is actually this is my name for container, and this is my image name. Yeah, till then I okay, उसके बाद देखते हैं हम क्या है. So yeah, ये इधर तक ही था. और now उन्होंने बोला कि refresh in your browser you should see your updated name there. कि रिबिल्ड किया है क्या हमने, कुछ रिबिल्ड किया है क्या, या मतलब या हमने चेंजेस किए थे इंडेक्स डॉट एच टी एम एल में, एंड देन या यहाँ पे मैंने चेंजेस किए थे, एंड इसेस की हमें वहाँ पे चेंजेस दिखेंगे. या ओके, वी कैन सी यार द चेंजेस आर चेंजेस ऑलरेडी हैपन हो गए वहाँ पे. सो यहाँ पे हम देखते फिर. नाउ व्हाट इज नेक्स्ट टास्क इज, यहाँ पे कंटेनर है. रिलेटेड में डॉकर इमेजेस आर इम्यूटेबल यानी चेंजेबल. लेट मी आस्क दिस क्वेश्चन फॉर जीपीटी एक्चुअली. Yeah, maybe it is immutable, unchanging, sorry, unchangeable, unmutable in the sense changeable. We are learning this in the Python, like dictionaries are mutable or dictionaries are immutable. Let me check that also. mutable data types means they can change. And what about the sets? Sets are immutable. Sets are mutable, right? And dictionaries are immutable. Okay. यहाँ तक तो हो गया हमारा कंट्रोल J. Now, okay, just a minute. Docker images are immutable, they do not change after the okay. When you change a file on your computer, the old image still has the old version of the file back into it. Okay, think of it like printing a book. The image is printed. Okay, you can also read there. Docker images are immutable, means they are unchangeable. Okay. See, means what they are actually want to tell that suppose we have one book, अपने पास एक बुक है एंड उसमें अगर मेरे से कुछ प्रिंटिंग मिस्टेक है, हम देखते थे वो सारी चीज़ें इन द 7th 8th स्टैंडर्ड की या तो 4th 5th स्टैंडर्ड की बहुत सारे टाइपिंग मिस्टेक रहती थी हमारे बुक्स में बाल भारती के, तो बाल भारती पब्लिकेशन सो हमारे मैम बोलती थी कि और टाइपिंग मिस्टेक है, तो सेम थिंग यहाँ पे उन्होंने एक्सप्लेन किया कि अगर कोई टाइपिंग मिस्टेक जैसे बुक में ऑलरेडी प्रिंटेड है, सपोज 1000 कॉपीज प्रिंट हो गई है एंड आफ्टर सोल्ड मीन्स सेल द 3000 कॉपीज, दे रियलाइज दैट देयर माइट बी सम टाइपिकल एरर्स इन द बुक. सो व्हाट दे आर डूइंग इज मीन्स वो बाकी के साथ जो बचे वो उनको चेंज नहीं कर सकते ना, मतलब वो बिक चुके या कुछ हो चुका होगा तो दे आर स्टिल, या तो जो 300 बिक चुके हैं उसमें तो वो चेंज नहीं कर सकते, तो जो 700 बाकी है उसमें वो कर लेंगे, रिफर्निश करेंगे या कुछ भी कर लेंगे. सो दे आर द सेम कंसेप्ट अप्लाइंग हियर एज वेल कि जो वैसे ही हमें जब तक हम अगर हमने यहाँ पे चेंज किया है जब तक हम कंटेनर को रिस्टार्ट नहीं करते तब तक जो चेंजेस है वो नहीं दिखाई देंगे, ऐसा कहना है उनका. तो वे प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चंस क्या है, ट्राई दिस ऑन योर ओन टू बिल्ड कॉन्फिडेंस. ओके, चेंज द वेबसाइट कंटेंट. ओके, और open index.html, we are already open that. Add a new section called the my project with a list of made up of project. Okay, rebuild the image and run a new container. Verify your changes in the browser. What they are actually saying is add a new section called my projects. Let me check how our UI is looking and then we are okay. About me. Now we have to add project section here. Okay, so let me suppose this is the div now. This is main div, main suppose main here. Suppose I am copying this section. What they are doing, my projects. Okay, with a list of made up projects. Okay, so I will projects I am learning. I have suppose projects I am learning is Insta form, then lab report, hotel management suppose. Okay, and इसको फिलहाल के लिए हटा देंगे. Okay, now I am coming here. Suppose I am refresh this one. Projects I am learning. It already shows us. Now, okay. The second is rebuild the image and run a container. Rebuild a image. For that, the command is docker -t Durgesh project one project. Let me check. Is there any image present? First the same images I want to show. No, there is no image like that. Sorry, our Docker builder. What there is? Sorry, yeah. Again, we are forget the same thing, that dot. On this image, what the error? Path URL. Okay. Now here where make our image. Let us check in desktop Docker. Yeah, it is present. Project 1. Now what I am doing is what the next question. We reveal the image and run a new container. Okay, we have to run the container. Now docker run -p -b na, let's go -d -p local, okay, 88808080 suppose, and 80 docker port suppose. Docker port is 89 here. Let me check. I don't know actually. 80. Okay, 80. What happened? Docker run -d -p 80. And yeah, I am doing the name for Docker, that is my project, and my image name, that is Durgesh Product Project 1. Yeah. Error container driver failed external. Okay, already port is allocated. Which one? 8080. No problem, then you can add the new one. 5678. So this will also give us error because this is already. Rename the project name Docker. My project now it is running successfully. Okay. So the next, verify your change in the browser. Already your changes are there in the browser. So the next is welcome to Nginx. Here my project is running successfully. And why it is not running on the 8080? Maybe suppose I want to check that if I am making changes, then whether they are shown there or not. It is actually good exercise. You could take here one. Again, I am making one image. Suppose, is there any required to make an image? Let me ask this question to GPT actually. my question to GPT is that suppose like we are doing what we are doing in the Git, we are making the suppose two branches. So suppose I am making, yeah, suppose one is main and one is feature branch. So suppose I am making some changes in the feature branch and I don't want to merge them. So in the feature branch the code is different, some things are different, and in the main the code is different and something is different. So let me ask the GPT the same question that suppose I want to I the same thing if I am doing, then how can I do? That is my question to GPT. Okay, so just a minute, I have one message.